there, I'm Beth from messymarriage.com with another edition of Sloppy Joe Time. And today I'm talking about a sloppy expectation that I struggle with on a regular basis. And I know that it's wrong, but in the moment I forget that or I ignore that. And what I'm talking about is my husband will, let's say, do something that is hurtful or say something that I think is critical and it'll hurt my feelings. And in that moment, I will be all about, okay, I'm going to extend grace to this man because Jesus extends grace to me. And so I will let Christ's mercy and love reign. And that's all great until maybe a day or two later, my husband is back at it, maybe saying something critical again or doing something that I feel like is offensive. And all of a sudden, that mercy that I let reign becomes this like cloudburst that moved on out of there. And I have no more mercy and grace to give my spouse because all of a sudden I feel like, in Matthew 18, Jesus says to confront our brother when they are sinning. And I'm thinking somehow this has become a repeated sin because he did it twice or maybe at the most 3 times. And so it's my job to suddenly keep a record of wrongs and get my husband in line. And of course there's that tendency to feel like, I'm doing all the work here. Why can't you do your part? And it's just such a negative perspective to fall into. It moves us from that grace that Christ brought and bought with his death on the cross, and it takes us right back to that legalism where we have to stay in line, and if we don't, we're going to be punished. That's not the kind of love and grace I want to live with in my marriage. And I'm not talking here about never confronting my husband or saying, that was hurtful. But what I am talking about is living a lifestyle of grace, one that doesn't keep a record of wrongs, one that does look for the best in my spouse. And when I do that, not only am I trusting and loving my spouse better, but I am also loving and trusting God better. I'm saying I know that even though my spouse is not reciprocating with whatever I feel like I need in that moment, that you, Lord, are going to bless me for being faithful. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again next time for Sloppy Joe Time.